How you guys doing today? Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday as always. Last video was the router edge guide, the dual edge guide. Well, I say dual, but you can take one off and it's just a single edge guide. Universal for whatever router you happen to have, you just screw it to the base of it. So pretty handy jig. And I specifically made it because the next project is going to be a sofa table, and I want to have traditional mortise and tenon joinery, and I'm using the router for plunging the mortises. So specifically made it for that. However, just have it in the shop for whatever. A couple things I would do differently. Not really much different, but the screw heads right here, machine bolts, stove bolts, machine screws, machine bolts, screws, bolts, whatever you want to call these stupid things. I should have, and I'm going to here in just a little bit, going to countersink this hole so that these screw heads, machine bolts, whatever fasteners you want to call them, so that they are flush or underneath the surface of the runner. That way when I set this down on my table like this, it doesn't scratch it up. It's scratched it up quite a bit, but it's a work table, so I don't really care too much about the scratches, but I do want to do that. And then also this particular jig base, I guess you could say, it's more of a base than it is really a jig. This router base, I want to make probably like a wider flat plywood runner with a kind of like a circle cutout, half circle cutout, that way I can hug the router bit for like edge trimming, and then possibly use some like a hot glue gun to glue one of these shop vac attachments right to that particular edge guide, and then you can just hook a shop vac up to it, and then you have dust collection right at the edge guide. I've already done that. Hold on. I've already done that with my laminate trim router, or trim router, whatever you want to call it. This is just a shop vac attachment, and this connects to the bottom of the router, and shop vac attaches to it. I guess you guys can understand where I'm going with this, but I want to make one of these attachments or guides for this larger router edge guide jig / base plate thingy. I've been experimenting with some different Briwax. I used rustic pine Briwax on all of the bunk bedroom furniture, and this is Tudor Brown Briwax, and I planed it in a couple different directions to kind of get some nasty pieces of it here and there, and it's not perfect, but this is the look my wife is going for. So from a distance, that looks pretty good, right? When you have like a multiple glue up panel like this, somewhat. It looks all right, I think. My wife really likes it, and that's all that matters. So that's what we're gonna go with for the sofa table. However, this is what that same Briwax looks like on a solid piece of wood that's not planked, and that looks like crap. It really does. But my wife wants it. My wife wants to use this particular color Briwax because she really likes the first example. Hopefully it turns out all right. Not a big fan of it, but you know, when the boss lady says something, then you keep the boss lady happy. So like I said, a sofa table build is next, and I'm going to do a SketchUp video on it as well, mainly to show how easy it is to make mortise and tenon joinery in SketchUp, and then also to make a layout diagram for dimensional lumber. My last SketchUp video was the layout for plywood, and it's pretty much the exact same process for dimensional lumber, except you have to determine up front what size dimensional lumber you're going to use, or you can, I guess you can just lay it out and then decide, but I always start with the dimensional lumber first. But anyway, I'm going to make a SketchUp video on it, and a lot of people liked the last SketchUp video. It's been a while since I've done one, so that went over pretty well. What else is there? Oh, the Tool Talk segment thingy. A lot of people like that, I guess, so I'll keep doing it. Those are quick and easy videos, and like I said in the original video for it, was to somewhat build up a library of content to where I can just point people in that direction if they ask a question about that particular tool, instead of repeating myself over and over again. So that's a mutually beneficial system to get that library going. I'll continue to do that. Next up, I think, will be my dust collector. I think it is we'll do my dust collector next. And I've got a list of crap to go through. So today is Tuesday. That means Thursday, 2 days from now, that will be the next video on the tool talk segment. I was going to name it Tool Time, but I didn't want to be too much like the home improvement show. So the next tool talk video, I'm also going to use my lav mic and see if that helps cut down on the echo in here. When I'm this close to the microphone, like I'm only this far from the microphone, so it doesn't sound too bad. But the further I get back, which in the jointer video I was like 8 feet from it, it sounds really, really echoey in here. So hopefully the lav mic will solve that. I don't know if I doubt I'll go through the hassle of doing that on all of my project videos, because it is kind of a pain in the butt to sync all the audio back to it. But if it's just a couple of clips like the last tool talk video was, then it wouldn't be too bad. So hopefully that'll solve that. I feel like I'm rambling, so that means I don't have anything else to say. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you next week.